Isaiah 43:20 says, I will open ways in the wilderness because I formed you to declare my praise. Let me tell you at the very onset, if God has created you to declare his praise, he will provide ways for you to praise. Remember what he said about men lighting a candle and not keeping it under a bushel? If you were created to witness, he will position you to be a witness. Around you, circumstances may not seem favorable, but that's okay. Circumstances were not favorable in Genesis 1 either. But at that moment, the moment he said, let there be light, there was light in that darkness. Which reminds me of something else. After he created the light, he called the light day and the darkness night. So, thus far is fine. But it says at the evening of the first day that it was evening and then morning, the first day. Throughout the chapter, the evening precedes the morning, so much so that the Jews would have the beginning of a day at sunset. So the day begins at the start of the night and ends in the evening of the following day. So it's not from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. Thus far, I'm fine with all of this. My question here is, we know about the first morning. But by the rule of evening and morning being the order of the day, where did the first evening that should have preceded the first morning go? We don't notice it, but it was there, just not defined or clearly demarcated. So it has been dark for a long time, perpetual night. Then God spoke light into being. It doesn't say when he spoke. The first morning could not have been predicted. It happened out of the blue at his word. I want to tell someone out there, you've been in a shroud, in darkness, in ignominy for a long while now. Your languishing has been your routine. Your sickbed now seems to end up being your deathbed. Just like the earth, your formlessness about your career, the vagueness about your education, the fear about your marriage, it's been all you have seen in a long while. What I want you to know is that even while all you see around you are the sands of a howling desert, do you sense the hovering of the Spirit of God? Do you sense the closeness of the Spirit as you pray? On the first evening before the dawn, it was how the earth would have felt. The darkness was palpable, the formlessness grotesque. Hopes of a future seemed all but laughable. But the Bible says the Spirit was hovering. If you can sense the Spirit comforting you through a song here, a post there, a sermon clip on a Tuesday, the church service on a Sunday, if you sense his encouragement and presence, if you're able to connect to God, but you feel that this is all going to be useless since your life is still formless, I want you to know, unknown to you, your dawn is just around the corner. The night of the hovering of the Spirit might well be the first evening that precedes the morning. Don't you lose hope, child of God. No prophet announced a miracle, but the Spirit was hovering. There wasn't this rushing sound of brilliant celestial wheels or flaming seraphim to herald it. But in the middle of what seemed to be a continuous and ominous night, the Spirit was hovering. And soon enough, a voice rang out, in the void of that deadly night, let there be light. No prophet tells you when your winter will end. No seer announces light at the end of this tunnel. But the Spirit is hovering over your life and you know that. If that is you, take hope. You're about to see the first dawn. Don't give up. Not just yet. What you've waited for will be brought to pass. Form will come and so will life. Where once there was nothing visible and nothing worth seeing either, your life won't be filled just with light. It will be filled with things worth seeing in that light. Sometimes when God starts, it looks like he's turned on a huge floodlight that magnifies your emptiness and worthlessness. Maybe that's where you're at right now. But don't you worry, that is the beginning and not the end. Soon, flowers will deck a landscape of rolling hills, and mighty mountains will rise with snow-capped crests where there was formlessness and darkness. Birds will fly in a sky radiant with light. You will see favor and creative form being etched into your soul that seems to have lost its will to live. God will bring you to what He has purposed for you. The word says, it is neither of him that runs nor of him that wills, but of God who shows mercy. So let me leave you with this. Take hope. He who began a good work in you will complete it. If you feel you still can't find the strength to keep one foot in front of the other, you're too worn down and need a helping hand, feel free to reach out to us. We would be more than happy to pray for you. But remember, if you can sense the Spirit, the dawn is not afar. God bless you and see you soon.